Ladies and gentlemen, put down that pussy you've been eating and welcome to the buffet of humor. It's the Comedy Sideshow. This week we've got producer, writer on the new Whitney NBC sitcom, Mr. Dan Levy. From Last Comic Standing and every X-rated dream you've ever had, it's the gorgeous comedian, Miss April Macie. This is Theo Vaughn, and we're here with the Comedy Sideshow.
Hi, this is Pablo Francisco, and you're watching the Comedy Sideshow.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is nighttime when the vamps come out, and I am here with a true comedic vampire, Mr. Dan Levy.
Oh, that's true.
Hey,
I'm a comedic vampire.
He is a comedic vampire. How's it going?
You know, just another day, another fucking podcast.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
Yeah.
God, I just want to meet the podcast bitch and just
at this point, if you haven't done a podcast a day, you fucking kill yourself.
Oh, dude, get out of life.
Yeah.
Okay.
God, can you imagine what it was like in the 80s doing comedy and just had to worry about jokes?
No.
No. Fuck that. Now we have podcasts and
Dude.
Twitter
And
and MySpace.
tweeting, eating, graffiti. Remember when graffiti was Twitter?
No.
Yeah.
That
It
is-
wasn't even Twitter. You really had something to say. You would just.
You would just fucking, You would have to commit, and it would have to be super funny, and you couldn't delete it, you know?
Yeah. I mean,
So
you
if
got
you
out
wrote
there.
like "I hate Jew" on a wall, on Twitter you just backspace. I can't say that. It's on the fucking wall.
Forever. The Berlin Wall. That's what we're talking about.
We are.
Yeah. You know, my last name actually, my full last name, Von Kernatowski, means the Jew Slayer. Did you know that?
Isn't that what your album's called?
No.
Oh, sorry.
I don't have an album. Actually, I do have an album. It's called Midgets vs. Cats, and it's on iTunes right now. It's number 99 on iTunes, but it's not number 3 this week.
Yes.
Like, congrats on your success.
Let me just say, you
Okay.
have no idea. Congrats on Your Success is the album.
Congrats on your success. What I just said, Dan Levy's album number 3 on iTunes this week.
Yeah.
So were you expecting that? I mean, it just came out, what, Tuesday?
Yeah, I was not expecting that. I did not know that people think I'm funny.
Now, how did it happen? I mean, you just put it out? Like, explain to us the process of putting something out on iTunes, an album.
Okay, well, I did it through Comedy Central Records.
Okay.
So I went to Comedy Works in Denver with Comedy Central, and I filmed 6 shows, and then I ended up using just one from Saturday night.
Did you wear the same, they want you to wear the same stuff in all of them in case they can edit it?
Yeah, I wore the same stuff because it's an audio CD, so it was really important to have
it's
the
only
same
audio.
outfit. Yeah.
Yes. They have a disclaimer at the beginning.
Disclaimer,
Yeah, don't
it's
worry.
audio. You can't see what someone's wearing when you're listening.
Yeah,
apparently.
good. But
But
a lot of people listen for clothes.
they do.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. I like thinking this joke. Was he wearing blue jeans in this clip earlier?
Oh, that's his overalls joke.
Yeah, no, so anyways, yeah, so I basically recorded 6 shows, and then we just picked one, and then you edit it, you go back and forth forever. I hate it so much at this point. And then, I recorded like 6 months ago, and then it finally kind of gets in the rotation to be released, and then Comedy Central releases it. It's a CD DVD, so there's a bunch of the shorts I did with like ComedyCentral.com and my half-hour specials on there and some other comedy bullshit.
So it's a full body deal. So there's an hour and a half hour on there?
It's an hour, a half hour, and like a half hour of like shorts. So it's a lot of Dan Levy comedy to digest.
Bro, so I'm sitting next to 2 hours of creative output right here.
You absolutely are.
God!
I know.
Dang, boy, good thing I got this boner hider right here.
There
this
you
table.
go. The boner hider. When does the show start, by the way?
Oh, the show hasn't started yet.
Okay, good,
All right.
good.
All right, so I want to discuss some things. Obviously, you started off out of Boston, is that right?
Yeah, Beantown.
And you won, right. I mean, let's not use old slang. But you won the Boston Comedy Festival.
That's true. That's true. Yeah.
And how did that feel? Because you were really young.
No, wait. What am I talking about? I'm agreeing. I didn't win the Boston Comedy Festival.
You did.
I won the Aspen Comedy Festival College Comedian of the Year.
Okay, you were in the Boston Comedy Festival?
I was. I lost the Boston Comedy
You did to
Festival.
who?
To Dave Russo.
Really?
Dave Russo, funny guy. Yeah, he won that year. I didn't really lose to him. I was eliminated way before.
Oh, you were?
It got close to me winning.
But let's just say you lost. So you and Dave Russo.
Yeah, head to head.
You lost.
Me and Dave. I went up and I did my jokes. At that point in my career, I was falling a lot on stage. Most of my jokes were high energy falling, for the most part. And they did not get me to win the show.
The Boston Comedy Festival. Where is Dave Russo's album on iTunes this week?
I don't know. It's a good question. Not number 3. Not number 3.
And so now, obviously, do you feel like comedy is something that's, with this becoming number 3, because I know you've been focusing a lot on producing and writing.
Yeah.
With this becoming number 3, does that kind of all of a sudden today, are you thinking like, wow, maybe I need to not that you haven't been, but try and refocus on comedy if I can even find the time to?
Yeah, no, right now, like I only can perform like in LA and on Saturday nights. So definitely this has made me go, all right, I got to write some new fucking jokes and go back on the road. So that's kind of my plan for the spring. I just got to write so many new jokes.
A lot going on.
Because now all my material's on this album, so I got to write new stuff. I'm just trying to figure out, what I want to write about.
And you're writing jokes every day. They're just not for you right now. Can you tell us? You're working on the NBC series.
Yeah.
Whitney.
Right now I'm writing.
You're a writer on.
Right now I'm a writer on the Whitney sitcom on NBC, which is hilarious.
With Chris D'Elia.
Chris D'Elia is also super funny.
Very funny.
So it's been really cool. So most of my time every day is spent writing jokes for them and kind of rewriting scripts and then being on set. And then then we have tape nights every Tuesday night. So that's kind of been only what I've been focusing on, which I've actually loved. I mean, Whitney's so funny, so it's so easy to write jokes for her and Chris.
And you and her have been friends for a long time.
Yeah, we've been friends for a while. We've been like help each other with jokes and all that shit for so long that it was a very easy transition to be like, oh, now we're on your TV show.
Right.
There's a lot more people, a lot more at stake, and a lot more money.
Yeah, because I actually
and the food is awesome.
Is it?
Yeah, I mean, when we would be at Coffee Bean a couple years ago, punching up some fucking jokes for premium blend, there wasn't the spread they have at the soundstage on Radford.
And I actually met Whitney through you. Is it tough to write jokes for a sitcom when your friend is one of the stars? Is there?
No, it's so easy because like that's the thing about like Whitney, especially the show is all from her point of view, and her point of view is so clear that it's very easy to write for her. And like I also feel like I know like what she thinks is funny, so I know kind of the right angle to write. Anyways, writing is never like easy, but at least I know like what she's gonna think is funny.
And are you like really? How do you feel about the series? I mean, like, and when you guys sit down and write, do you guys? What's the process there? I mean, I'm not a sitcom writer.
Yeah, I mean the process is my first sitcom, so I mean I've been learning as I go, but basically you kind of sit around and everyone talks about like stories that happen to them and how those stories can relate to the characters on the show, which is very easy because the story is about Whitney,
right,
who's like a 29-year-old chick in a relationship with a guy and they're not married, so it's like a happily unmarried couple. So it's very easy to be like, hey, what happened with your wife? What did your girlfriend do? That was really stupid at that party. What's an annoying thing people do? And then next thing you know, it's like, okay. And then you kind of take those stories and you kind of develop from there and make them fit with the characters.
There's a lot of so obviously there's a lot of material there.
Yeah, definitely.
There's a lot to work with. And now also you've been doing a lot of stuff like on the producing side. You did a reality show, executive produced a reality show called Pretty Wild.
Pretty Wild.
And that was about basically
three.
Were they Mormon girls?
No, they were just whores.
Okay, sorry.
Three very promiscuous ladies running around Hollywood. Actually, 2 promiscuous, one was 15. So 2 promiscuous ladies.
Oh, come on, throw her in, bro. It's Hollywood.
It is Hollywood.
Yeah.
They were trying to make it in Hollywood. They were homeschooled by The Secret, and it was supposed to be just a really funny show because
by The Secret.
They were hilarious and they were very like aware, but they didn't really know what was going on. So it was supposed to be funny and just kind of like a funny, easy show. We did it with like Chelsea Handler as a producer. And then day 1 to shooting, we find out that they're robbing celebrities, breaking into their homes. And they actually got arrested the first day of filming the pilot.
No way.
And I remember I got a call. I was in the chiropractor because I'm Jewish.
Oh, dude, I think we go to the same chiropractor. Dr. Dave?
Dr. Dan.
Nice, dude. Dr. Dan. Sorry, I haven't been there in a while.
Yeah.
A little
me either,
on the
thank
budget
God.
this year, personally.
Feeling good about my back
Are
right
you?
now.
I'm not.
You're not?
No, I haven't been in a while.
Yeah, I haven't been in a while, but I actually feeling pretty good.
Yeah, you seem actually very balanced.
Yeah, thanks.
Good.
So anyways, I was at the chiropractor with Dr. Dan when I was having a lot of shoulder issues. And I got a call from the producer who was on set was like, hey, are these girls selling drugs? And I was like, I don't know. They're like, well, there's helicopters outside, and there's cops, and their guns are drawn, and they're looking to go inside the house. And I was like, oh my God, I think we have a hit.
Do you think that helped sell the show?
Yeah.
Yes, me too.
I mean, come on. It was on E.
Yeah.
I mean, that was like...
And they were on E.
They were on E, so it worked out. It was like, it was so funny that I want to like talk about that in my stand-up, but like it's such a weird thing for audiences to relate to,
right.
You know, and it wasn't like a hit show or anything, so I feel like it's like kind of a weird thing to be like, hey, you guys remember this really weird reality show? Well, I was responsible for it, so it wasn't that funny. So I don't know, I got to figure out a way to...
Did you ever have like any sexual attraction to those girls? Because I remember watching them, I was like, man, these chicks look good, at least on television, you know?
No. No. Not at all.
Bummer.
They are just like, it's hard because, you know, I feel like when you're working with someone, you just kind of like can't be like that, and especially reality stars.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
It's a little bit crazy.
You don't want to end up with a little reality baby.
No, my wife would be pissed.
Yeah, that's a good point. Oh yeah, dude, how's your wife?
Dude, she's fucking good.
Is she?
Yeah.
That's awesome, man. And how was that like a change, like getting married? Like I've never been married. I've had some dreams, like I was, you know, involved in some things, but I've never been married.
I remember you had that serious girlfriend with the flip-flops.
Yeah, I did have a serious girl with the flip-flops, dude. She was pretty hot, actually.
Very hot.
She was cool.
I had that thing where like I knew her like a bunch. By the way, this interview is so interesting. The sound guy is sleeping.
No. That's the way he looks, dude.
That's the way he looks?
Yeah, one of his parents was a sloth.
I was like, man, we are fucking bombing hard. I think these stories are interesting. And he's like, kill me. It's fucking 11 on Wednesday. I'm at the upstairs of the Improv.
Bro, this is his community service. He's not even a sound guy.
Yeah, he looks like a serial killer. Anyways, no problem. So you're saying, oh yeah, your girlfriend. So your girlfriend was hot, and you guys broke up, and I saw her a few times. And then I remember...
Hey, you saw her at the grocery store, remember?
And I ignored her.
Yeah, good.
Because you guys broke up, I felt weird. She was buying, she was buying some fucking hummus. I was like, what should I say? And I just fucking walked past her.
She was giving some hummus.
She was,
you know
but she was wearing flip-flops though.
Oh, is she still?
Yeah.
That's awesome, dude. She looked good in flops, dude. That little toe thong. That's what I'm talking about, you know what I'm saying? Let me see.
I've never seen a production crew who is less impressed with this conversation. They can't even pretend.
Bro, they've heard enough out of me at this point, dude.
That's true.
So then let me tell me, what is it like to be married, dude? Like you're a married man.
Well, it's pretty, I had a girlfriend for a while, so I mean, it's been a pretty smooth, you know, transition to marriage. It's you know, it's been, I like being married. I know it's not a very comic thing to say, but I enjoy being in a relationship. I like kind of having like a friend.
Partner.
You know, everything's so crazy, like nothing ever makes sense.
Right.
Show business is the worst. It's like nice to have something that isn't going to fuck me in the ass.
Oh my God, that is the fucking best way to put it.
Yeah.
Now, do you feel like it affects your comedy? Because I think a lot of comedians think like, oh, if I get into anything that's too settled, it will affect like my ability to be like free in my mind space, you know?
No, my comedy's not that good.
Well, it's good enough to be number 3 on iTunes in America.
That's true. No,
but can you understand how some comics would think that, or like, you know, sometimes you think like, oh,
yeah.
if I get in anything too committed or serious.
Yeah, well, I think if you get in like a relationship where, you know, someone is so dependent on you, that could just stray you from focusing on anything. But if you have like you meet a good person, and they're able to like have their own thing, and you have your own thing, and then you come together. You know,
relationship.
Yeah, but I mean, I think if anything, it's probably made me think more of like, okay, I need to like I find myself having these old jokes about my ex-girlfriends that cheated on me, and like it starts to be weird now to be like, oh, I dated this stupid chick, you know, because it seems weird to be like a married guy talking about ex-girlfriends. That's the only thing where I go, oh, maybe I should drop the joke. But then I go, fuck, I have no other jokes. So, giddy up crowd, I have an ex-girlfriend who cheated on me.
Now, I've seen you recently. Last time I saw you actually was with, well, I saw you recently, but one of the last times I saw you in a comedy club was with Aziz Ansari. Yeah. Very funny guy. You and him obviously have a pretty decent friendship.
Yeah, we're friends. Yeah.
And you guys work. I mean, you guys have worked together before. You opened for him for a while, right?
Yeah, you know, I've been performing with him for a while. I mean, I did the whole his whole last tour. Dangerously Delicious tour. It was fucking awesome. Just
nice.
Like,
and so what is it like opening? I mean, obviously, like, you're obviously a popular comedian and a good comedian, but I mean, he is kind of like, you know, he's really a star.
Yeah, he's a
star.
famous comedian.
Yes.
Yeah.
Is there something? What is that like to be around that? I mean, is it?
It's really awesome.
Right.
And the shows are great, and they're sold out, and they're like, what's great about his shows in particular is that he has like fans who are comedy fans. You know, like they love him, but they also love comedy. So it's the best crowd. You know, and I feel like those are the kind of crowds that make you better and just kind of write more, you know, and just those have been the best shows. Those have been the shows where I've like, you know, honestly, my album Congrats on Your Success, that came from touring with him, where I had this story about Justin Timberlake, and then I was like telling him the whole story, which was when I said Congrats on Your Success, and he was like, oh man, you got to say that, you know, and then I basically just stood on stage and I was like, oh wow, that is really funny, and then it became my album. So a lot of stuff has just kind of been like just from performing on the road with good crowds. So.
And do you do an impersonation of Aziz at all?
Do an impersonation of him?
Yeah.
I feel like, I don't do one, but whenever I say something, I'm like, oh, it's Aziz, and he was like, oh man, we should go to this thing.
That's a good one.
That's kind of the way to, that way he sounds.
That's a good one. So like for the future for Dan Levy, what do you kind of see like in the next few years? I mean, obviously you have a lot going on, you know, which is awesome, and congratulations too. Just like, you know, I mean, we've been friends probably about 6-7 years.
Yeah. Started off the amateur comedy tour.
We did. It's called the Immature Comedy Tour. Thank you for forgetting our fucking tour name.
Well, it really was the Amateur Comedy Tour.
Oh, that's a good one.
If you want to break it down.
Yeah, had a vowel wrong.
I think the claim to fame on that was that Whitney was on that show.
Yeah, I think. Oh yes, she was.
That was her. I think that might have even been her like first like.
That's hilarious, dude. We did a show at CU Boulder.
Yep, on 420.
On 420, which no one was going to show up at because they were out smoking weed with their parents.
True story.
And Whitney opened up for us on that show. Remember that?
Yeah.
And you, me, Sherrod Small.
Uh-huh.
And then something wrong with the payment and nobody got paid.
Yeah, it was pretty awesome.
Yeah, it was pretty
I think it was because Sherrod or someone called someone a faggot. I don't know who did what, but I think someone called someone.
Well, somebody who put the show on was the Gay Student Union, and before the show, the owner of the Gay Student Union came up to us and said, no one can say faggot, and everything's fine.
Well, I remember...
And Gerard broke the only rule.
All I remember about that show was like, watch the show and stay after to win skydiving tickets. I'm like, okay, I'm never getting paid. I'm just going to get really high and hang out with my brother. And that's basically what I did.
Your brother was there.
Yeah, I was like, that was also a really good idea. Hey, we're going to go to Boulder, one of the biggest pot-smoking cities in the world, and do a show on 420. That's exactly what they want to do. It's like, hey, what do you want to do? Do you guys want to smoke weed in the park like we do every year for the past ever? Or do you want to see a bunch of comedians we've never heard of say faggot? Either way, it was totally worth it.
Either way, it was totally worth it. Well, obviously, man, we wish you the best of luck. Can we play one of your clips on the way out? Do you have like a favorite clip that you really like?
Yeah. My Justin Timberlake joke is animated now, so check it out.
Awesome. We'll check out his Justin Timberlake joke. You can get his album on iTunes. Congrats on your success.
At Dan Levy, holler back.
At Dan Levy. Dan, thanks a bunch for coming out and checking it out.
It's awesome.
And we will see you in the future at the Comedy Sideshow with Dan Levy.
True story. I met Justin Timberlake. Yes, it happened. Timberface, okay? I was at the gym, doing a little bit of this action, all right? Exactly what you're seeing is exactly what was happening, okay? I was not holding a weight. I was kind of sitting there doing this. And in walks in Timberface, and I was like, OMG. And I never say that shit ever, okay? But when you see Timberface in the flesh, it's the only thing that comes out of your body. It's like when the doctor hits your knee, you're like, OMG, this kind of happens, okay? And then he walked to the side of me and took off his shirt, and I was like, holy shit. This is like every 15-year-old girl's fantasy. And mine, apparently, at that moment. He's incredibly chiseled. But I was like, I gotta say something to Justin Timberlake. What do you say to like an international pop superstar, you know? But I love sneakers, so I was like, I'll say something about his sneakers. So I was walking over to him, I was like, yo, Justin. Just like that. Yo, Justin. And he was like, what's up? And I was like, Justin, I really like your sneakers. And then Justin Timberlake looks back at me and he goes, oh, dog, they're my whatever shoes.
And in my head, I'm like, did Justin Timberlake just say whatever shoes? But the only thing I said back to him, for whatever reason, I was just like, whatever. I just started doing this. I don't even know why. I kind of feel like he maybe relate to this. But I was like, I gotta say one more thing, you know, and I know what to say. So I just look back and I go, yo, JT, congrats on your success. Which is like the worst thing to ever say to Justin Timberlake, you know, because in between having sex with every hot girl in the world and being awesome at anything he ever does ever, he needs me, Dan Levy, to be like, yo, JT, in case you're insecure or some shit, congrats on your success. And then like 2 weeks later, I was walking down the street and some 16-year-old kid came over to me. He's like, yo, man, I like those sneakers. I'm like, oh, for real? They're my whatever shoes. And this kid looks at me, he's like, you're a faggot.
All right, guys, getting fixed up here. Gotta G it up a little. Put a little perfume in my hair. Sometimes we take the Comedy Sideshow off the stage, onto the stage, and actually do some stand-up comedy. I'm Theo Von, heading downstairs right now. This is the Comedy Sideshow.
I love black people, man. I want to be black next time. What's that funny, assholes, man? I want to be black. Have a cool nickname like Lil Doo-Doo. Pookie Poop Poop. I love black people, man. I was in court the other day, and that's not the joke. I was in court the other day, and this black guy pleaded, my bad. And I was up right after him, right, for DWI, and I wanted to be cool, so I pleaded, blame it on the alcohol, and blame it on the weed. And that's when they got me for possession of marijuana. But I blamed that on the black guy, and they rearrested him. Dude, right now, ladies and gentlemen, there is a 6-year-old kid getting vajazzled. Welcome to Los Angeles. I'm Theo Von. This is the Comedy Sideshow. We are here with, I would like to say maybe a vajazzler of comedy.
I am a vajazzler of comedy, yeah. I sparkle it
April
up.
Macie.
Yes.
You do sparkle it up.
I make it pretty for the
You do
fellas.
make it pretty.
I sure do.
You do make it pretty. I will say this, there's a lot of busted chicks out there who get on stage.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to name them, but I would say probably 70%.
70?
Yeah, just ballparking things. Or 80. Okay, we'll throw out 80. And you do not classify in that.
As broken down?
No, I said busted.
Busted. I appreciate
Broken down means a chick who's, you know, hitchhiking or missing a limb. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I got all of them. Every sweet fucking limb.
Yeah, you got all your limbs.
Yeah, I'm gonna stop playing with that. Like
no, it's
neurotic.
okay. So how, I'm just gonna start off, how does it feel? Obviously you're a stand-up comedian, we've known each other for a long time.
How many years has it been?
Probably for 6 years. You made it on the Last Comic Standing when I didn't make it on the Last Comic Standing.
So sorry.
So that's all right.
Sorry.
I'm glad we finally...
His set was way better tonight.
Okay, tonight. There we go. That's fair.
Yeah.
So we can finally call it. I can finally get rid of my jealousy.
Yeah. Were you sad?
Yes, I was sad.
Shut up. I had tits.
I know, but still, I kind of live internally in the 1960s,
and I cried.
where you guys don't win
count.
contests.
Yeah. Did you cry in all your interviews?
I didn't cry. I did. I made some pleas though.
No, I did some weeping. I
did you
some
really?
Aggressive. Yeah. At one point, my false eyelashes were falling off.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I was like, my parents don't love me, but these people do, and that's okay.
Oh,
and that's how you get on reality TV. You gotta cry.
There you go.
You didn't learn that shit from your.
I have cried to be on reality TV.
Road rules.
Road rules. I know. I have cried to be on reality TV. Good call. I should have cried on that.
You gotta weep. You gotta weep for that shit.
I guess I forgot.
You cry.
I forgot. I thought it was more about the element of comedy.
No.
It wasn't at all.
No. It's a contest, for Christ's sakes.
Dude.
Moron.
I know. Oh, I've been eating moron cakes my whole life. So I want to say this. How does it? I mean, obviously, out of the box, you're a pretty girl.
Yeah.
Okay, and I think a lot of people would say that. How does it feel to be Do you feel obviously judged sometimes for your looks and not for your comedy? Is there, you know, what's there?
I think people are always very quick to diminish all female comics. Like,
you do?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
I think if you have somebody that's strong or there's a dude that can't follow that girl, then they're quick to diminish what that person does, and I don't think it helps. Like, I think I get on stage and the audience is instantly a little put off, like, oh shit, here we go. Old Titsy Magoo's gonna tell her fucking jokes.
Oh, another cat joke.
Yeah, yeah. I don't have any of those.
No, I
got
know
a
you
lot
don't.
of sweet ball jokes.
I know you don't. I know you have some good ones.
I do.
Yeah. So not only that, you're also kind of, do you feel like you have to attack, do you feel like you have to kind of prove yourself right when you get on stage then?
Yeah, I think I normally have a tendency to be a little self-deprecating or to make myself physically unattractive to sort of negate whatever the feelings of the audience has. Yeah. Does that answer your sweet question?
You know, I'll do that sometimes myself, in some ways.
No, because like, you're a good-looking dude.
I'm an okay-looking guy, which in comedy is not, I mean, we're just...
Nobody gives a shit when
Right.
you're a dude. Nobody cares.
Nobody
You
cares.
can come up there in your hoodie.
But you don't want to be you don't want to come off as pompous sometimes. You know, I don't think if you're anybody, you don't want to. So obviously,
No, but-
self-deprecating is always good.
Yeah, but you're a likable dude. I think an audience senses if you like it and you love what you do, I don't know, I think they embrace you,
They
don't
embrace
you think?
you. I would
And
agree.
you love what you do. Like, it's
Yeah, I
obvious
enjoy
when
it.
you get on stage.
I enjoy it.
You enjoy it,
And
you
I think
don't love
you
it?
are the same way.
Yeah, I love it.
Yes.
I'm empty on the inside. I've got nothing else in my life to
So if I
live
cracked
for.
you open,
Yeah.
there would just be
Nothing.
just an IOU note.
Empty. Just sad vessels pumping air.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
Still a little action in there.
Yeah, yeah.
Nice. So yeah, so you do feel like obviously that you have to prove yourself, but do you feel like you have to prove yourself because you're a female or also because you're an attractive female?
I think both.
Okay.
Don't you think? Like,
Yeah, no, I
as
would
soon
think
as-
there would
as
be
soon
two
as-
different things.
But I mean, the second you're brought up on stage and they're like, "We got something different. We got a lady," and the audience goes, "Oh," they're not excited
Right.
to be like, "Ooh, female comic. I wonder what she's going to be bringing to the table." You know, and then you get on stage, and if you're attractive,
You know what? I'll agree with
and
you.
people assume if you're an attractive person, like especially a woman, that your life has been easy. So I had a fucked up childhood.
Yeah, no, I figure if you're a female comedian, that not only were you molested, but somebody was telling you a
Yeah,
joke
but you
while they were
know that.
molesting.
You know that as
Right,
a
'cause I'm a
comic,
comedian.
but other people don't know that. What it takes to, like, first of all, there's the amount of sacrifice as a woman. Like, I'm always on the road.
Right.
I'm sad. I'm lonely.
Lonely.
Yeah, I'm just lonely. A lot of internet porn.
Oh yeah, dude, I'm there.
Yeah.
I'm looking at it from kind of a different angle.
You're in a La Quinta in
Yeah.
the middle of some shithole.
I was just in a La Quinta.
Were you? The La Quintas
Yeah,
are
in
very
Columbia, Missouri.
popular. Oh, you were at the View.
Yeah, at the VU.
Yeah.
Thanks,
Oh,
VU, for
Patty.
putting us up in a
Yeah.
shithole. Okay, no
The La
other.
Quinta, they do give you cookies at the La Quinta around 6 p.m.
Yeah, but they're Mexican cookies, okay, and
Not
they
that
don't.
good.
Yeah, and they don't count.
Wait, is that La Quinta? Wait, you were at Stanford's? Did you have a
No,
middle?
I've never been to Stanford's.
Really?
Yeah.
I feel like I see your name everywhere I'm at.
Yeah, no, I do.
Midwest.
I do the Improv in Kansas City. I do the La Quinta in.
Date the Voo. You
At
do the
the
Voo.
Voo.
Do you do the hyenas in Dallas?
I don't do hyenas anymore.
Yeah, what happened? You had a falling out.
Yeah, because the guy's a scumbag.
Oh.
This is cheapskate.
Yeah, they're all animals.
Yeah, all of them are
cheap,
kind of to an
yeah.
extent. Some of them
Some
are a little
worse.
sneaky.
What's the worst that's happened to you?
At this point in my career, I don't take. I'm like, they throw out a couple offers. I don't take them anymore.
Really?
I'm like, nope. This
Good
is what
for
I'm
you.
doing, or I'm just not going.
Really?
Yeah, I'd
And
rather
what is
sit at
that?
home.
It's
And it ends up
embarrassing.
turning out good because you have to, I think, and end up taking some. Not that we don't, but we have to end up saying, this is what I'm worth.
Yeah.
You know.
Trying to put a price on that.
This
No,
is what
but
I'm
don't
worth.
you like? I was at a place and I flew in a day early because I thought I had media, and then they charged me for my hotel
No
for
way.
flying in. I was like, are you fucking kidding me? Where they make the MC pay for parking, and so you feel like a dick. So of course you're gonna pay for parking, and you're like, you can't get a goddamn parking spot
Yeah.
for the fucking performer that's coming here to entertain. You
That's
don't
when I
have
would
you
tell
don't have a
him,
room.
eat it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would tell him eat it, man.
No, that shit makes me mad.
And because you know why? Because then those clubs in certain cities and certain places end up using just guys who like being out on the road, who are always out there in the middle of America, and their whole life is going to be being out on the road, which isn't a problem.
Yeah,
They're
but then
great, and a lot of them are better, can entertain a crowd better than some of these comedians can in like these bigger cities, you know?
I struggle, like, because I've been on the road for like 7 weeks, and then I come back and you do that 8-minute set, and it's like, it's a weird readjustment period where I don't feel funny.
It's like losing your virginity.
Yeah, you start sweating the back of my neck, like I had real moist hair underneath.
Oh, yeah, dude. It's like losing your virginity, dude.
Yeah, it's
Like
weird to get on
sucking
stage.
on your nuts.
I don't know what it is. I don't.
There's a chick jumping out your window. Good times, dude.
Look at.
Dude,
My favorite is that dude over there who has no idea.
One of his parents is a slum.
Oh. My mom drinks every night and paints pictures of Michael Bolton in the basement.
Was your mother really a drinker?
Yeah, she drinks every night.
My mother would drink a 24-ounce can of what she liked to call Negro beer.
Which is what?
At the end of the month, just cheap beer. At the end of the month, because I grew up in small town Louisiana, she would call it that. At the end of the month, she would drink it before she had to pay rent. And then she would go in her room and write the rent check.
She just down
she would
sweet
just,
Negro beer.
Down the sweet 24-ouncer, go in her room, write the check. Yeah, it was kind of like that's when we knew, like, let mom do her thing, you know?
Oh, mine's every night.
Really? Your mother would really drink that much?
Yeah, every night.
See, I feel like it's hard for especially, 25 years ago, for a woman to be drinking that much.
Oh, she really has picked up the pace over the years. Now that she's a sweet 50 years old, she's really out to rumble.
Really?
Yeah.
What, is she a certain ethnicity or something, or certain culture?
Or sweet Polacks, I don't know.
Oh, you
if
are a
that,
Polak.
Yeah, what are you?
Polak.
Shut your face. Yeah.
I'm a Polak, man.
What's your real last name?
Von Kernatowski.
Yeah, Macie.
Is it? No way, dude.
Just cut that shit in half.
Yeah, bro.
You
Somebody's gonna die. My last name means the Jew Slayer, so that's why I don't use it out here. Yeah.
I don't know what mine means.
Okay.
So, I'm gonna figure it out though.
I shouldn't have said mine just now.
No, people now know who the hell you are. Macie, as they.
But hers means worse.
They're never gonna be able to spell it.
No, Macie?
No.
No, dude, it sounds like a hockey game, but it's all rolled into one word.
That's what I feel like a good Eastern blocker, like a good hockey player. That's what I should have been.
You see, it sounds like an abortion tool. Give her the old Macie.
Yeah.
You know?
No. I say no.
No worries.
The abortion
have you ever had an abortion or no?
What kind of question is that?
I don't know.
No.
I never have. I mean, I had to take a dump once and then it kind of disappeared, which is like the male abortion.
I believe that's more of a miscarriage than it is
more of a miscarriage.
An abortion.
My sister actually had
an abortion?
No, a miscarriage. We call it her imaginary friend. That's what we call it.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. No, I've never had an abortion, but both my grandparents died of AIDS. I don't know
if
that rattles you.
No worries, give me an A.
Both sweet AIDSy grandparents.
Wow, that's rare. That's rare. I wonder, like, how many, you have to be in less than 1 percentile of a person whose 2 grandparents have died of AIDS.
Yeah,
full blown?
Yeah, my grandfather had open heart surgery before they were like testing in like 81, and then unknowingly passed it to my grandmother, and both sweet AIDSicles. Yeah.
Where did he get it?
Blood transfusion, open heart surgery.
Man.
Yeah, it's sad, right? I don't know if I brought this sweet whatever the fuck we're doing right now to a
No, well, I thought it was kind of an exciting story, like, oh, he was out, running the roads.
No. It's more of a sad AIDS. It's more of a sad AIDS.
Dude, there's the good AIDS and the bad AIDS, huh?
Yeah, they had the bad AIDS.
Dude, you know what they say? Live by the AIDS, die
by the AIDS.
Yeah.
That's what they always say.
A friend of mine had visual AIDS.
Which is what?
He worked as a substitute teacher in a handicapped classroom, and he used to have to put these things on the overhead projector. And they're called visual aids.
That was the dumbest joke. You were way funnier earlier on stage with your sweet cinnamon sprinkles. That was hilarious. What was up with that? When was that? What's supposed to happen with that weird roast that we did with those rogue whores?
Oh, yes. I'll have to bring this up. April and I roasted recently. I'm going to rattle off an interesting group of people. Octomom.
Oh, just a sad,
Nadia Suleiman.
sad vagina.
Very sad.
But she was like the nicest of the lot, like the most respectful, and she sort of sat there very demure.
Did you expect that at all?
No, but you didn't get what I got. They didn't turn on you. They were like, oh, how do you do? he's a boy. We like him.
Well, there were a lot of pretty girls there, or TMZ pretty girls who had like banged celebrities, or we did a roast for different girls for a charity.
No money was raised?
I think they raised $80.
Not a dime
$80 they said they raised. Tila Tequila, it was a bunch of like D-list stars. Tila Tequila, Nadia Suleiman, a bunch of chicks that had banged Reggie Bush, Michael Lohan, Michael and Michelle Salahi, or whatever, the guys that snuck into the White House.
Your retention is excellent.
I think they were Persian, I don't know, Middle Eastern couple. Actually, that's the most crafty pair, I think, who snuck into the White House.
But they were also respectful as well.
They were respectful,
yeah. They sat
but there was this group of this little whore packet that was yelling at you.
They were screaming at me.
But probably because you were a girl?
I think it was because I was a girl, and they thought I would be on their team, like Team Whore, that I was going to root for these dumb fucking broads.
Nope, because she's a funny girl and a smart girl.
Yeah, and these never read a book, not one of them, and they hated me something awful.
They hated you.
They hated me, and they had giant cans though.
Oh, they had some cans over there.
That one,
dude.
what was her name? Frenchie, the one that kept.
Oh yeah, Frenchie. She was on Rock of Love.
Weird.
Bus or Rock of Love 2.
Also sweet
dude,
Pola.
God.
Yeah.
I'd like to put some mustard in her, boy.
So gross.
Yeah, dude. But I bet she had a vagina like a damn, like it's trying to hand you something,
It's disgusting.
Okay.
You made your camera guy laugh.
Alrighty. Welcome to the evening. But no, okay, so then check this out. So, sorry, go ahead.
Why do you think they acted up? Because they didn't like the black either. They didn't care for the black.
They didn't like the black
They liked the midget.
They didn't like the midget. No, they didn't.
No, they did. They liked the midget. They were quiet for the midget.
They were quiet for the midget.
But the black and the lady, they were not having any part of our nonsense.
I think they're just stuck. I think they were afraid. Obviously, a lot of them, those types of girls have banged a lot of black dudes.
Yeah.
So they've probably been screwed over by them in court and in the bed.
You think that's what it was?
Oh, totally. And then I think they also just don't like women. And so other women, they're intimidated.
Yeah.
But what I want to know is then, in turn, do you feel like you get more of like here's a girl comedian from girls or from guys?
I think women after shows, not tonight because my set was real average, are quick to embrace me because I think, you forget that women speak for half or more than half of the people in the room, and I think club owners will forget that and not bring in women. I think women are on board right away, and I think dudes, not as much. It's not necessarily their sensibility when you're... I think my act appeals obviously more to women. It's more female.
But it's funny to guys, because I've seen your act before. Obviously it's always changing, but I've seen it and I enjoy it.
To be honest,
there's a lot of girls who I don't enjoy. There's a lot of guys that don't enjoy.
Tell me who you don't enjoy.
Alrighty.
My eye is watering.
Really?
Yeah, I got a weird
contact
issue.
It's a pretty eye.
Thank you.
It's a pretty eye. It's probably.
Who do you not enjoy?
I enjoy almost everyone. I'll tell you this: my favorite female comedian is Maria Bamford.
She's hilarious. And why is she not an SNL or far more famous?
I don't know. She is maybe one of the funniest people I've ever seen. She's such a human.
But her characters are remarkable. Yeah.
Oh, she's beyond funny. She's beyond funny. So as far as so obviously you did Last Comic Standing. You were successful in that.
Yeah.
So that had to feel really good to be able to just
No, I don't think, because they were kind of shitty. Those message boards where people are like, I fucking hate her.
Oh, yeah.
I'll never wear green again. You're like, really? They're so mean. And I wasn't prepared. Nobody ever told me. When I did Stern, every single letter was nice. There wasn't one piece of hate mail.
Wait, you were in the finals for the Stern, what was the contest? You won. And did you beat Whitney Cummings in it?
I got all the votes.
Nice, dude. Good for you.
Hottest, funniest chick in America.
Dude, I love that. Funniest chick in America.
Yeah.
On Howard Stern.
Yeah.
Good one. Do they have a video of that? Mm-hmm. We do?
It's on my website.
It is?
It sure is, people.
Well, whenever we finish, can we close the show out with that video?
Yeah, of course.
So that had to feel really cool because that is a very male-centric show. They really objectify women.
But I think, my sensibility, I enjoy what he does. I like somebody that's not afraid to polarize. He took a chance. He stuck to what he believed. He never sat in the middle. Yeah, and there's so many people where you're the market is so saturated with shitty, vanilla corporate comedy that you're here's a dude that just stuck to what he believed was funny, didn't give a shit. And to have somebody like that validate you was very cool.
Well, man, we have got to earn respect, not just from women, but from female comedians as well. April Macie, we're gonna leave on an interview on your clip of you on Howard Stern winning funniest female comedian.
Funniest hottest chick in America.
Funniest hottest chick in America.
Feels good.
Well, I'll say this:
right.
you have my vote right here.
Thank you.
And maybe you can come back and guest host for us sometime.
I would
you do
love
that?
to. Yeah,
awesome.
of course.
We can use a beautiful guest host. One of America's hottest comedians, not just by me, but by Howard Stern. I'm Theo Vaughn. This is the Comedy Sideshow.
Yay! Yay!
We're doing a contest today. The world's hottest, funniest chick.
Oh, female comics nowadays.
Yeah. We have 3 women competing for a $5,000 prize. And I understand all the women are beautiful. They are actually sexy, sexy girls.
How are we supposed to vote? And what is the competition?
Well, each girl's going to come in here. I'll talk to them. I'll let you get to know them. Not that really matters. It's really about how hot they are and how funny they are.
Okay.
All right. This is April Macie. April Macie. April Macie. Hot chick, funny. Wow.
Even the name is funny.
Look at you with the big boobs out.
Yeah, with my big cans, my big Eastern European flap wagons.
And you're a redhead. I like that.
You like that? Saucy.
Yeah,
Kind of Jessica Rabbit. That's what I went for today.
Go ahead, April, please.
All right.
If you would.
I just went back to my 10-year high school reunion. I had a really fun nickname in high school. Whore. And can I tell you something? I totally was. And I don't really believe in that word whore. I feel it perpetuates double standards. Like when my fella asked me how many people I had sex with, I told him the truth. I said, I don't know. Yeah. I was like, sweetie, I have been doling out blowjobs like fun-sized Snickers at Halloween since I was 15. I got no way of keeping track of all the trick-or-treaters. He got mad because men get mad. He was like, what the fuck? The fuck? Yeah, can you fucking count them on your hands? I was like, yeah, if I were the Hindu goddess Shiva. I will say, I saw a man masturbating. I love New York City. I lived here like 2 years ago. I saw a man masturbating, homeless man on the street. And this guy, I assume this is what you masturbate like, Artie, just fucking angry, just angry. Fuck you, millions of people, for loving me. Like a lot of that going on. This shit was so fast. It was so vigorous. For a second, I was like, this son of a bitch is about to go back in time. He's just standing there, tugging on his flux capacitor. Next thing you know, he was fighting the Spanish Armada.
Wow.
He had a button penis. Are you familiar with the button penis? They're adorable. And when you love somebody as a woman, we do not care about penis size, Howard. It was so fucking cute, this little thing. Like a little button. It had no hang whatsoever. Just no hang. I just wanted to push it and hope a gumball popped out of his ass. And that's how you know. That's how you know it's a small penis. This is how you know. When you're going down on a guy and there's not enough room for the hand-mouth combo. Yes. And a pinky has to go up like you're having high tea with the queen.
That's good.
Yeah. You're like, this is delicious.
All right, listen. All of you are so good. Well, who knows? I never heard of you guys.
Funny chick.
How come we never heard of you guys? You're all good.
She actually made me angry at my parents for not being funnier.
Yeah.
You know, she got plenty of material just from growing up.
All right, well, my vote is irrelevant because April has gotten 4 votes. Whitney has gotten 1. I would have voted for, I hate saying this, I think Whitney's incredible. Hot, talented. Esther, hot, talented. I probably would have given my vote to April if it mattered, but it would be very difficult between me.
Quit putting your hand between your cheeks and sniffing your own ass. Time to eat some real booty. Find us on Twitter at Sideshow Podcast. I'm Theo Vaughn. This has been the Comedy Sideshow. I gotta get out of here.